Hi, everybody. Welcome back and happy Friday. You know what's crazy, guys? When I talk to you next time, actually, Jason just pointed out that I look down a lot. I do look down when I speak. I didn't notice it until he pointed that out. Anyways, next Friday, we are going to be at BravoCon. There's so much energy happening right now. There is so much shit being stirred in the Bravo verse. There are so many beefs that need to be squashed. There's so much content that's going to come out of it. I kind of have anxiety a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I was talking to Emily D. Baker. You guys know Jason and Emily and I, we always BravoCon together. We have the best time, but I was telling her like what the lineup of events are so far for us. And I was like, okay, yeah. Because you never really know until the end, you know, or until you get there. Anyways, we're going to smash the like button. We have a lot of topics. I have a very disturbing video for you guys today. Trigger warning. I'm just going to tell you that. But we have a lot of other great topics, a lot of great trailers that came out, a lot of interesting leaks, and a lot of accusations. So yeah, let's welcome the husband. Smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. If you're in the live chat, let us know where you're watching from. And here we go. Hello.
Hey, it just sounds like another day in the Bravoverse.
I was sitting there looking at our lineup, and I'm like, holy shit. Like,
oh my God. And guys, BravoCon is, when do we leave? Wednesday? We're there for a minute Wednesday, because we have a lot of other events. And why?
Everybody's like, why are you leaving on Wednesday when it doesn't start till Friday? I'm like, well, one, Jason is not a last minute person. He's a very organized person, and he likes to get there, get situated, be set up. And correct. Two, a lot of the best parties are before BravoCon because people don't have anything to do and they want to get there ahead of time too. You know,
it's not even just the parties and stuff. There's so much press events happening. There's so many different.
That's what I mean when I say parties.
Yeah, I mean, there are parties too. We are definitely going to attend those because we fucking deserve it.
I feel like they're the same thing. I feel like the press events are always like, it's always like these big commercial brands who are like, for example, what Kleenex or
Clorox.
Or Clorox or State Farm
or Tresemme or whoever is doing it this year.
Yeah, and then I feel like they pair themselves with a lot of the Bravo celebrity brands, and then they throw this like PR event, but the event essentially is just like past hors d'oeuvres, meeting everybody, talking to everybody in open bars. So I feel like I just call them parties. You know?
I mean, they are like, I mean, BravoCon is one big party. It's one big like fun fest of Bravo Lebs, like you said, squashing beef, creating beef.
It always creates so much fucking beef too.
I have to say, guys, hit the like button if you haven't done so already. It helps us out tremendously, and I promise we won't bother you between or during the live. And also, if you guys have questions between topics, go ahead and start with a Q in the live chat. We'll make sure we pin it so we can catch those questions between topics. Man, we have been recovering and trying, we've been so busy for the past few weeks. This is always our busiest time of year. We just got back from New York. We have members that we're posting this weekend from New York, by the way, guys. And God, we are trying to find the energy for BravoCon right now.
You know what?
And it will come. It will come.
It's going to come. I feel a little bit better today. I feel like I still look exhausted, but I was telling Jason during the month of September, after we went away to, I believe it was Palm Springs, we got so sick, and I don't know what happened, but we were just like down and out for the count. And hopefully it didn't look like that on YouTube. But then after that, we switched up our workouts, and I'm just not sleeping. And I can't, like, thank God we finally got SEAGRASS back. So now I am sleeping better. That's amazing. But at night, like, I feel like my energy is just like going. I'm like, you know what? I just need to go back, get into like these high intensity workouts and exhaust my body. So I'm just down and out.
I think sometimes, when we're on such a schedule and your schedule gets interrupted, like things just erupt from there.
That's what it is too.
It's normal. Guys, I want to say hi to everyone. There's so many people here from everywhere. Melbourne, Florida.
Wearing black and blue.
Oh, it's a little chilly in here today. So I just threw on a jacket, and I thought it'd be nice to, like, I don't know, wear something else besides black for once.
I would never cheat on the black.
Minneapolis in the house, Bluffton, Newcastle. We have a lot of people in the room, guys. Thanks for joining us.
What the fuck, Matt?
Yeah, put on some color. Maybe at BravoCon.
Okay. And speaking of, I know that we're talking about BravoCon. You guys are going to get your full fix for BravoCon next week. Again, like Jason said, we're putting up the members this weekend, and we apologize for the delay, but we're just catching up on life. But when it comes to BravoCon, next week, I'm doing a members live every single day during BravoCon. So you will get to see a sneak peek if you didn't actually get your tickets. But I did want to ask you, do you think it was a good decision for them to skip last year? Because it would have been like all the same content. And now this year we have a lot more going on. I mean, we have fraud cases, we have new casts, we have announcement. We have
100%. I mean, listen, I don't think there was enough to do last year. Also, it was an election year, a presidential election year. I think there was a lot of chaos last year. And I think it needs to happen every other year. You know, because it gives the time for the shows to cycle a little bit. It gives time for like the new talent to find their footing. I think it's a lot to ask people to do that every year. It's expensive.
It's expensive.
You know?
Okay. All right. Jason, where do we start? You want to start with the new trailers? You want to start with OC, New Jersey drama, Salt Lake?
Do we start with yeah, let's save Salt Lake for last. Do we start with OC?
Let's start with OC.
Because I feel like it's like fresh on the mind.
I mean, okay. Well,
it's not so fresh. Let's backtrack here. It's not so fresh. It's just fresh on the mind.
Since we're going to start with OC, I don't know what the hell is happening with like the dynamics. Obviously, you guys know we got part 1 of the Real Housewives of Orange County reunion last night. What I found to be interesting was I love that Tamara's like, you don't think that I'm less reactive now, like this season? And Andy and the cast look and they're like, what? No. And then producers are so shady because they just go to, what do you know about me, you fucking bitch? And it's like, oh, okay. I don't know if that's less reactive. I feel like that's just as reactive. I just feel like you're talking in a lower tone, and that's great. Whatever works for you. I mean, I want to work on being less reactive too. So Tamara, I'm in it with you, but I saw this, and clearly you guys know that dynamics are shifting like crazy right now. This was not on the bingo card. I didn't know that Tamara and Vicky got back together. Vicky and Shannon were still friends after the Tres Amigas split. Vicky and Tamara went after each other a lot. They were not getting along. And I guess there's nothing like a little brand deal and money to bring you back together. I don't know how this happened.
And the timing is everything. It's reunion time, and then after the reunion, at the beginning of the year, cameras pick up again. It's going to be season 20.
She deserves to be on season 20.
She does, and I'm glad Tamara's there too. I know there's a lot of people who are just kind of like, oh, Tamara, she's trash. She's this, she's that, you know. But she is carrying the season. Like literally, she's carrying this season. So. You know, like I'm just really, I don't know.
Yeah.
Really excited. But there needs to be a change up though, because I was watching the reunion last night, right?
Right.
And I know I've said before that Shannon should maybe be a friend of, you know what I mean? Like maybe we've seen enough of Shannon. But then when I was watching last night, there were a couple little wallflowers in the first episode of the reunion, you know, the first part of the reunion. Gina, to me, I'm like, why are you talking? You know, and then Emily's input is just like nil to me. So like, I think like going into season 20, I think they should do something dramatic. And I think we should have Katie Janela, because I think she deserves a chance without being bullied off. Hold on. Let me get there. Okay. Katie Janela. Okay. I'm going to go around the couch. Katie Janela, Heather Dubrow, because you got to have fancy pants because it's
always
OC, right?
It's opulence. It's money.
Tamara Judge, Tamara Grudge, Tamara, whatever you want to call her. That's my opinion, Tamara. We need her for sure. Jen Pedranti.
Yes.
For sure, because she stirs some shit up too, gets flustered. Let's lose Gina. Let's lose Emily. Let's keep Shannon. Let's bring Alexis Bellino back, and let's keep Gretchen. And then make Slade a friend. And
well, especially now, Alexis
Bellino. At this point,
Alexis Bellino has been on Carlos King a lot. So is Monica Garcia, by the way, you guys. And yeah. I love hearing their takes, but Alexis has turned on Katie Janela. Alexis and Shannon, obviously, they're never going to have a friendship. Alexis and Gretchen, they don't get along. Alexis gets along really well with Tamara. They just went to the wedding together, you know, or she went to Alexis's wedding. So there are so many moving parts. And like I said, I don't know if they ever would allow it, but like, I think they should add Kelly Dodd. I think that
we can't. I mean, we can't. Listen, I know.
They can't too because of Heather. Oh, totally forgot.
It's not even that. Like, I just don't think you can. I think that, you know, when housewives go out the show, I know I'm going to get so much shit for this. when housewives go off the show, you know, it's better to be quiet, you know, and instead of very, very loud.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be like a little bit of a liability. So I think that,
Well, you're never gonna
you
quiet
know,
Kelly Dodd. That's the thing
of
too, is like
course
the
not.
network
But
won't be able to control her because
I
she
don't think that's a good idea.
yeah,
You know, like someone just said in live chat, I think she has burned that bridge. Um,
it
but
could be
you know,
possible.
season 20, I really think that we need to keep kind of the OGs around. But
Okay.
you know, I'm thinking too, you know, there was this clip that resurfaced or popped up or something the other day, and I was like, holy shit, Emily's been on the show since 2018.
No, we did not expect that.
I
And
was like, what?
well, she has gotten a lot more activated, you know, and I love that when she was sharing on the reunion, you know, what's going on with her son, because she's really trying to figure this stuff out. And this could be like a product of him having strep throat and also causing inflammation to the brain. I find this to be so sad, but what I do love that she said was that there's such a community that has rallied around her and helping her get information that she might not have necessarily been privy to. So I love that for Emily, and I send all of the love to her and Shane. Shane has always been so great to us, and
Yeah,
so is Emily. Here's the thing too. Sometimes it's not a bad thing. It's like what Barbara Walter said when she would interview like these sometimes really terrible people. She's like, I'm just doing the interviews. Like this is my opinion, and I'm doing the interviews, and it is what it is. Like, we can have opinions and think that people are still great and very kind, but maybe they
sure.
don't make sense at this phase in the show. And for Gina, it's so wild to me. She should kind of be thanking Kiki Monique, because aside from the whole undertone of the Asian designers that Katie Janela was saying she felt like Gina was sort of, you know, undermining, that came from Kiki. There was nothing else that Gina offered to the first part of the reunion. So I'm hoping that changes.
Or to the show in general. You know,
Yeah.
I think that this is going to come up again when we talk about Salt Lake City as well. I think that, you know, bloggers and leaks and things being involved in shows, you know, as we know, is destroying the show for different reasons, right? And let me try to explain this the best way I can. I think it's great for the talent to have relationships with content creators. You know, I think that's great. I think they should do more interviews. I think they should go where they want, talk about what they want. I don't think there should be like leaks. You know, I don't think people should be pushing what are those things called before they come out?
Screeners.
I don't think they should be pushing screeners to bloggers at all. You know, we got screeners, but we only get screeners when you're featured on the show.
Right.
You know, like if they put your name on the show or they put one of your clips or whatever, we get the screener. But I don't think they should be passing those out. And right now, like all of these storylines, it's not about like the women in a friend group having these little issues. Like the best part is really the Gretchen and Tamara of it all and the Slade of it all, because that's like a real issue. They have a real issue for a long time. That's worth watching. But when you start involving the bloggers as they have, or the bloggers, sorry, content creators, because I hate the word bloggers. I hate that.
Right.
But when you start involving them in the way that they have, it's just weird, because when they replayed that clip of Kiki Monique coming back, she was there to talk about Katie Janela and what, you know, she said that she had been told, right?
Right.
But instead she stirred the pot, she stirred the shit with the whole like Asian designer thing. And I'm like, you know, do we need this? You know, because Adam, do you remember when, of course you remember, but when you were featured on Salt Lake and that got totally...
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that I carried that season and Kiki carried this one.
Yeah, seriously, but it shouldn't be like that. You know, but the thing is it was totally edited to make us look horrible, right? And then they wanted you to come to Mexico and confront Whitney in person. And we were like, no, because the show, it's not about us. It's not about you. It is about these ladies. And it's for some reason, they can't really find a footing. And then what does it say to other content creators? Sorry, I'm like on one today. What does it say to other content creators when you get yourself involved like Kiki did, right? And then you're rewarded with a panel at BravoCon. What does that say? So other content creators are now going to try to get involved, thinking they'll be rewarded if they get involved with the show. And we got to like kind of separate that. There has to be like a line of, this is the show. This is the like, look at Dubai.
I'm not
You
gonna lie
know,
though. I feel, and I'm
they
not
don't
trying to.
have that.
I'm not trying to say either to like I feel like I opened a door for this, but I do feel like kind of and by the way, I regret even doing that for like with Salt Lake. That's why
Yeah.
we didn't go back. I do regret the whole thing. I wish I just would have never tried to help Whitney in any way. Like it did nothing for me. However, I do think that triggered a sort of response from other content creators wanting to get a little bit more heavily involved and maybe featured. And I have spoken to a few housewives who are familiar with a lot of us who also feel the same way. So it's not just me. I've had these conversations a couple of times, and clearly I'm not going to name who the people are, but I think Jason knows a few of the conversations. And no, I agree with what you're saying. I think that it's more fun for us to be behind the scenes, really driving traffic to the Bravo celebrities and to the reality TV people. It's a mutually beneficial relationship for everybody. We are pushing people to go see them by giving our takes on it, and also sort of creating or gathering R&D for Bravo. But then also they're making a lot of money. They're staying on the shows. Content creators are making money. It works for everyone. And I think that it's starting to become this like blurred line. And I think that's exactly what you're
It's
talking
weird
about.
because, like, we're not cast members. You're not a cast member. Kiki Monique's not a cast member, nor would I want her to be a cast member. But, it's just, it just is driving it in the wrong direction, I feel. And the same thing is happening with Salt Lake City. We're not focusing on the women and the fights and the controversy within the friend group. We're focusing on who can take who down, who's leaked things. And it's almost like they've gotten skewed on who they are too. You're a reality star, right? So you're someone on TV. We like to watch your real life because it's interesting, or it should be interesting, right? That's why you were hired to be on the show, and it's fun to watch. But when in Salt Lake City, for instance, when they start going, "Oh, who leaked this about me?" I'm like, you're not Jennifer fucking Aniston. Like, no one cares. You're on a reality show. So any skeleton you have in your closet, that shit's coming out.
Yeah.
That's why you're on the show. Like, I hate to break it to you. You know what I mean? That's the whole point.
It goes back to what Dorinda said. It's like, if you have any skeletons, they're going to be out. And you know what? Bravo is really missing a mark here at this point, because I think that Bravo should do on Peacock or whatever, like a Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip style show, like very Big Brother with all of the cameras up. Bring the Bravo content creators, because I can tell you, like, let me just clue you guys in. The Bravo content creators fight like a motherfucker. Like,
I hate that.
The shit, like, claws are out, but it's also like, it's interesting.
They're also boring. Like, no offense, we're boring, and like other content creators, I'm so sorry. Like, you meet them in real life, they're so boring. I would not want to watch them on TV.
Not all of them. Some
most. I'm gonna say 80%.
I mean, some of them are yeah. I mean,
like, I don't want to start some shit right before I see everyone at BravoCon, but you know what?
Yeah, let's go.
You're kind of boring. Like, not gonna lie, you meet them in real life, and you're like, oh.
No, I kind of like, I like somebody who has the ability
Gina's friend,
to go in and be shady as hell and sit there and create these little moments that have these like little, like these little like negative connotations to them. But then you could sit there and be like, I don't know. Why do you think I did something wrong? Why do you feel so important? Like, that's about you. Like this right here. This is so shady. And I love every minute of it. Tamra and Katie hosting this party for the reunion, part one of the reunion, and having Mike Shea DJ Good as Gold for this party. Like, this is just, you can't write this.
That's shit. Housewife shit. That's housewife shit.
Yeah. And it's different. There are people who can be fans of these shows and really support the shows, but it does take like a special kind of like woohoo to be able to achieve this kind of housewifery.
100%. But I want to go back to it too, because I don't want to like slam content creators. I think that content creators are
I don't feel like you're slamming them.
No, I'm just saying they're boring in real life. Well, I mean, we are too, but like most of them are very boring.
I feel like I'm not boring.
No, you're not boring. You're borderline crazy.
Yeah, I feel like
No, I'm just saying, the content creators really drive the shows, and I really think there should be a relationship between the talent and the content creators. Like you have, Adam, you have a great relationship with a lot of the talent. We don't leak things, even if they're given to us. And then if we do put out an exclusive, it's something else. But they drive traffic. I think there should be a good relationship, but I think we need to get away from the storyline of it all. you know, the content creator leaks, or who said this, who's talking to the bloggers. Like, this is old. It's as old as Housewives, you know. It's got to be done. Like, we got to move on, you know.
You're over it and you find it to be played out. Yeah.
Yes, as played out as Gina on the show. You know what else is played out? What does Slade do for a living? Because Andy brought that up at the beginning when he was talking to Gretchen.
God. I think I got that.
When she was like, when she said, "Oh, well, he's on the board of the Liberace Foundation," I'm like, shut the front
and then
freaking door. What the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
Are you wearing shiny, sparkly jackets and playing the piano and like a board?
I don't know who it was that just posted this, but it was one of the Bravo accounts, and they posted that he's on the board, and it showed other names, and it shows next to Slade's name, it says unpaid. And I was like, God, you guys are fucking shady as hell. And they emphasized on it. But, you know, I will say this too. What's interesting to me is going back to it. Again, I do think that there's a special talent in some weird, fucked up way, you guys, in being like a reality TV star. I think that our new Vanderpump Rules crew, they're going to bring a lot of that, because I feel like they're very raw and just leaning into it. And I don't think that everybody has that capability. I have said this about, for example, Teddy Mellencamp for so long. I've applauded the way that she has divorced her husband at this point, the way that they are co-parenting and supporting each other, dating, the way that they're able to move past all of the shit that they've been through with like the affairs and, you know, like the cancer. I think that she is an incredible podcast host, and I think that she was a terrible housewife. But that was my opinion. And speaking of which, this is just a good example of what I'm talking about.
In this first episode, I think she feels overwhelmed and she's reacting a lot.
Even the monotone, it doesn't bother me.
Gretchen could send me right over the edge.
You dislike anything that is not direct.
Yeah.
And you feel, if I were to like speak for you, that there's a whole lot of like, just say what you need to say clearly and
succinctly, and let's get through
let's move through it.
I would rather somebody be overly reactive and say what they're thinking, and then dodgy and passive aggressive.
Andy asked Tamara if she brings up old dirt on people. First off, yes, and so does everybody else.
Andy, don't act like you don't know this answer.
Well, that's the whole point, is to get her to say, no, I don't. So you can go, yes, you do. You're proving my point. And come on. Like, this is classic. Don't bait her.
So my point of bringing up that clip is, even though the energy feels low, which, mind you guys, she's still, you know, there's still a lot going on that side, health-wise. I like this version being able to kind of come to this side that we're, you know, what we're doing by providing commentary on the shows that we're watching. Like, I really enjoyed that side of it. So I just think everybody has their own strengths and everybody has their own weaknesses. Like, you guys would not want to see me on a reality TV show. I would get canceled in 2 seconds. The first time somebody pissed me off, I would like break the camera.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
Probably going to get canceled for everything I just said about boring content creators, but whatever.
We're probably going to hear about it at the
BravoCon. Sorry.
It's so.
I'll be like, it's okay. You're boring. Have a drink.
What's so wild about it though, too, is some people, like content creators, really love to lean into like villain, you know, and they're just like you and like they'll make content out of it. And then other content creators like to see you in person and try to have some sort of like call out moment. And then other ones are just like, you know, like Kim from Bravo Breaking News and Ryan Bailey, they're just so happy to be just doing what they love. And there's never any beef with anybody. They're just, everybody is
because they don't need to, you know, they have their audience, they've built their community. And I feel like, you know, with some content creators, they it's not about you. You know, you're not the star. We're talking, it's a book club. We're talking about Bravo. We're not talking about who you're fighting with or whatever is happening in your boring life. Like, it's just not, no.
Yeah.
No.
But YouTube and creating these communities, though, and I'm going to move past this onto the next topic, but creating the communities, like sub-communities under each individual content creator, like the Addams family and stuff like that, I feel like you have like soldiers, and when fights happen and stuff, it does become the content. Like, you create yourself in this position to become the content. You're just not employed by NBC and you don't have a contract. You're an independent content.
You're paying yourself. You're paying yourself to
like shit. Okay.
You know, when the content creators who love to, there's so many great ones though. I want to say like the 80% I'm talking about are not the 20% we're going to see next week. That's all I'm saying. You know, it's like there are some amazing content creators who put in the work, the time, who the brand looks good, whatever. But then you have the content creator who are holding like their own mug with their own tagline. It's like, what are you doing? Like,
oh God, no, I haven't seen that.
But like Kiki needs to no. She's playing like it doesn't look good, you know, and it doesn't look good to reward that with like a panel. And I'm
happy for it. I'll be
wild. I know you do. Like, I just find it wild. I think it's wild.
I think that I think that that's sort of like the core of Bravo and NBC too at the same time, to be honest with you, because I don't understand. And I always use Monica Garcia as an example. You know, she was a part of this burner account with so many other people, and she ends up getting fired. And then you have other people who are getting DUIs, indicted, fraud charges, and going to prison, serving time. And that's okay. You know what I mean? So
don't worry about that.
Yeah.
I just ran into a house.
But there's a fake Instagram account somewhere. And I know this bitch did that. So she's gone. But like,
okay. I don't want to say I know. I always get in trouble when I say this, but we know that there were some cast members of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City when that show began with accounts, big accounts that said Real Housewives, SLC, stuff like that, you know, that put out things that were in favor of them. They all do it. Let's not pretend we don't live in the digital age here where, you know, you want to like sway people to think one way about you, or you want to be perceived a certain way because you're new on the show, you know, or you want to get ahead of something. So you have your own account and like people are following it thinking it's a fan account. I just find it to be a lot of work. You know, like that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to even put up videos or do a live. Like, can you imagine like having an Instagram thing about you, you know, and like the show you're on and just like trying to push narratives and stuff like that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot.
Guys, my 2 shots of espresso hit. I feel like I have so much energy.
Yeah, I haven't had any espresso. I'm just like ready to go. I'm ready for Vegas, I think.
You've had 2 coffees. Relax.
All right.
And hot teas. Oh, and by the way, too, since Emily was calling out the hypocrisy on Real Housewives of Orange County, now it looks like there are Bravo fan accounts who are calling out her for also talking to bloggers about some of the cast members and sharing really detailed receipts, which we saw last night, where she called out Katie Janela and she said, I really feel like you talk to a lot of these bloggers and you talk to these people, and I think that's problematic. And then, of course, people are going to be like, oh,
I know. Listen,
here's a mirror.
I think they were really unfair to Katie Janela. And I hope the rest of the reunion is not going to be like a pile on. And I hope Andy's fair with Katie. I hope it's just going to be a better conversation. I'm actually happy that Katie has kind of teamed up with Tamra. I think that looks good, like moving forward. I think if we had a Katie, Vicky, Tamra situation, Shannon, like I said, Alexis, Gretchen, I think if we brought all of that back and maybe make Gina and Heather, maybe make Gina and Emily friends, and like let's get into a season 20. If this is going to be such a big deal, like everyone wants it to be and Bravo wants it to be, let's make it a big deal.
Well, and Vicky's just going to have to agree to take a little bit of a pay cut too, because she's expensive, you know? So just take a little bit of a pay cut. That's okay. Alexia Echevarria, apparently, according
/
Napola, apparently
when she wants to be Napola.
So it can happen. So no, I feel like just, you know, take a little bit of shave a little bit off of what you want in your contract. Come back for season 20. I think the fans would love it. I know Vicky would love it. You know, she has a lot going on still with her businesses and her grandkids, and she is in a full-blown relationship. She's repairing her other friendships. And what I want to say for Katie real quick is I really feel like Katie is doing the right thing on the show, because she is defending herself. But every time Andy says, like, are you hopeful for any of these relationships, friendships? You know, she's like, I am. And I'm hoping that we can get to a better place. And that's all
we can move forward. We want that resolution. This is the resolution we didn't get with Monica Garcia. And
I had that conversation with Monica because Andy asked Monica, he's like, is there anything that you apologize for, or that, you know, like you want to move forward? And she's like, pretty much summing it up, no, fuck all of these women. No. And it was like, oh my God, savage. But You can't.
It's savage, but also like, where are you going to go from there?
Right.
You know, who's going to want to film with you? Who's how? And I think she is playing it smart. I think Katie is also, like I said, she's teaming herself up with Tamara. I think Tamara might be giving her some good advice, but yeah. Also, going back to that thing, because someone in the live chat said, I'm sick of these, so tired of these bloggers sharing messages, don't care. I agree. You know, if you're having conversations with the talent, like keep that between you.
Like it.
It's just kind of weird. You know, you put it out.
We've
you know,
never
and I want to give Adam big props because you have in person, on phone, very good relationships, and you maintain those relationships with people, but it doesn't ever conflict with what you do, you know? No. So, and we would never share that. Like, you wouldn't even share the text from Whitney. We could have buried Whitney.
You know what's so funny?
You know, it's like, why would we do that, though?
The housewife 2 days ago, and I accidentally pressed that fucking button on my phone.
Oh my God, Adam.
It notifies you. You guys, there's a button.
It has
on the
to.
iPhone. No, I know, but it says this call is being recorded, and they're like, "Are you recording me?" And I was like, "No. I just hit it with my I was trying to do like 3 things at the same time, and I was listening to their rant, and I was like, I'm not recording anything, and no, but we never, 1, we don't weaponize anything against anybody. 2, you've never seen us share a screenshot or a text message or anything that's in our DMs. And I don't agree with it. I think that it's kind of bullshit. I don't like when people.
Well, once you call out, like if you're an account like that and you are having conversations, let's say, you know, once you call out, say, or look, Emily, okay, no one's ever going to touch her account again. Fans are a little icked by it. And then no talent is going to want to like give you anything or whatever, you know, not like they should be,
it's
but you know, they're not
the reason that you're not invited to the party.
It's messy.
It's messy.
It's
all right.
Messy.
Before we move on, you guys, by the way, thank you, Vicky Harnish. Again, I truly believe that this is why other people have different relationships and they receive different opportunities, because you don't go against the family. Bravo's like the mafia. But we're going to take some questions. Kalika, I believe I said that right. New member. Hey. Welcome and
welcome.
Keep an eye out for tomorrow because we have our members only video from New York City. Jason showed me the thumbnail today. It's super cute. It's actually really fun. Tara Leitner, always thank you so much for the super stickers. You're always so sweet to us and we appreciate you. So thank you. I do want to go into Matt's question. Should we call Tamara Grudge now? Should we call Tamara Grudge now? What did you think of Shannon calling her that? That was brilliant of her. To be honest with you,
that was Shannon's only moment last night, by the way.
It was her only moment, but it was just as calculated as when Alexis Bellino said, "There's the door, Shannon Bador." Yeah, and it was like, you knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
You were probably...
ChatGPT gave it to her.
Yes. What happened. Or, you know, it's funny because I forgot which housewife said this, but a lot of times the housewives, like they sit there with like, they're like cunty glam teams and they sit there and they're like, oh girl, what's going to happen?
They're not all cunty.
No. But a lot of time, I mean it in a good way. Like just, they love to, you know, talk ish and they love to be a part of the drama. They're fun. I mean it in a good way.
They are fun, but they're also tight-lipped.
They're tight-lipped or they have to
be. Or they'll be fired. So yeah.
But they're fun and they're sassy and they're witty as hell and they're on it. And a lot of times they give the housewives their material. They really do. Okay, but
that's very true. Can I also bring up something from last night?
Yeah.
So I think you said this earlier in a video or something, but you know, last night when Gretchen was claiming about the accounts that they did like a whole cyber analysis kind of thing, I kind of like side checked for a second because I was like, okay, you know, usually when people say that, it's not true, only because, and I ChatGPT'd this, guys, just like Shannon did for that one-liner. I asked ChatGPT, can you run a cyber analysis on someone's, you know, social media accounts, right? I also asked my cousin. He's actually what do they call it? Is it a white hacker or someone who hacks to
find a genius?
No, he's a genius, but like, you know, they hack, but just to find like things that aren't working and stuff like that. Not like he's like hacking, you know, the government and crap like that. Oh. But I thought the response was interesting. There's no legitimate way for a private person to run a full cyber analysis of someone else's social media account. The account owner would have to give them access, or law enforcement would have to make a request or internal trust and safety review, which is kind of like going back, Adam, to we can all see you, whatever's happening with your hair going over there. We can all see
it's falling flat and it's driving me insane. And I'm listening. I can multitask. That's how
all
I
I'm
got to the
saying.
car.
All I'm saying is, yeah, hello. This is what happened with Diana Jenkins, though, is she actually did subpoena Meta, I believe.
No, she did.
And that's how that happened. I don't buy this whole thing. Like, first of all, Gretchen and Slade are who's going to pay for groceries at the store. If he goes, he pays. If she goes, she pays. You guys aren't paying for a cyber analysis, whatever. You're not getting a subpoena to Meta or whatever. It's just not happening. I just don't buy that at all.
Well, and also Diana Jenkins said that she paid over $1 million for that. And to subpoena Meta, that's like no joke. And that is crossing into that line where now it's becoming like a real legal thing. I don't think that they have the resources to be able to do that. If I'm being honest with you, I really don't. I don't know, but I think that kind of like the proof is in the pudding a little bit with how they do their financial stuff and how they talk about it. I don't know that to be true though. They might be just as rich as Diana Jenkins and just live in a much smaller house. I mean,
it's not even about being rich. It's just,
that she has some major resources.
You didn't run a cyber
the people who own Facebook.
That's Diana Jenkins, but I'm saying like Gretchen doing a cyber analysis, that I believe that as much as I believe that lie detector test is legitimate, the lie detector that Emily had. Like, right. Come on. Let's be real.
Persephone 1315 said, what the heck are they talking about on OC, Slade, and Liberace? So I think
she's just trying to validate his life a little bit. Like,
she was saying
that
he's
trying to be an orange holder. Slade also.
Yeah, he's a friend of OC. He's a consultant, I think she said. And then he also sits on the board, according to what the Bravo bloggers are saying, unpaid on the Liberace board, but who cares? Let's move on. Addie Markham said, did they solve anything last night with Katie? I didn't follow it. Like, I don't follow it. We're not there yet. It was a good first start to part 1. I'm optimistic for part 2. Katie's husband is going to come out on part 2. I don't know if you guys watched like next week on, I don't know if he was yelling at Jen Pedranti or if it was Gretchen Rossi, but he was like, if you want to go there, we'll go there. And I was like, so we're going to see. He's definitely a lot more boisterous than his wife, Katie, for sure. Going over to Lynn Loves Metal. Okay. Question, who are you nervous to see at BravoCon due to your content? Oh, you guys want a list?
Do you want a list?
I can go through every franchise. I'm not totally excited to see Lisa Hochstein from Real Housewives of Miami, and that's just based off of the fact that I interviewed the quote-unquote mistress, which I don't like to call her that. Her name's Katharina Mazeppa. That wasn't fun.
In all fairness, Lisa wanted to do an interview with you after.
And we never did one, but also, like at this point, it's so old news, it doesn't matter. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I'm never excited to see Erica Jane. I heavily covered all of the Girardi stuff, and we were featured in that documentary, and I'm pretty sure she has not forgotten that. Going over to OC, there's Shannon Bedore gives me weird looks, but I think that's because I was the first one to cover her DUI. Salt Lake City, take your freaking pick. New Jersey, Teresa, especially after this video, because we're about to play a video of Louis, and it's not good. Otherwise, the rest of them, but
on you.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I didn't
side-eye her husband.
No, Potomac,
content creator playing content that's already on the web,
Yeah, and Potomac and Atlanta, like, never any beef, and New York is pretty much non-existent at this point. So Vanderpump Rules is always great. The Valley's fine. Jax isn't there, so I don't care. And Southern Charm and Southern Hospitality and Summer House, no beef.
Yeah, I mean, they're great.
All of them have unfollowed me.
They're also cool in real life. I like those people.
I mean, Craig and all of them have totally like unfollowed me. Blocked me.
Who cares about Craig?
But it doesn't matter. All right, before we move on, we're going to take these last ones quick. Adam, did you watch Beverly Hills trailer? Yep, we're going to talk about that. Matt said, Jason, were you happy with the tip that the crew got on Below Deck? Was it the biggest?
Yeah, $40,000.
Shit, I got to watch
Guys, I recorded a horrible podcast. I was so sick for Anchor Watch because we are on hiatus until we are done with BravoCon. I cannot. I'm at capacity. But yeah, it was $40,000. It was insane, especially after like the primary, all of her friends, you know, they were vegan, but they were like not like the cool vegans, Adam, like our friends who can like eat stuff. They're like, no, I want this. Oh, I can't eat that. Where are my minerals? It was weird. They weren't even the primary guests. They were so needy, so awful. But the primary was amazing. And this season of Med is just so good. Joe Bradley is back, which I'm excited about. We have a deck team.
What a great tip for him to be back on.
Seriously. And they're short one member too, right? So they got I think everyone
Even
got
more.
like $4,000 a piece. But yeah, it was good. It was good.
Something.
I think it is the biggest, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the biggest tip ever.
Wait. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Let me just get this one out of the way. I feel like I'm ripping the Band-Aid off on this one. I did talk about like sort of good news that I feel like I think it's good news. I don't have a photo of Louis, but you guys know Teresa. And it was revealed that that lawsuit that Louis had against his ex, it has been fully dropped. You know, there were a lot of accusations going both ways. She was claiming that he was essentially like following her or having her followed. He was saying that she also, you know, she did X, Y, and Z. The point is there are a lot of accusations against Louis right now as far as like financial. People are very skeptical. They don't know what's going on. The last time we heard was like multi-million-dollar tax liens, but we do know that Teresa works her ass off. I know that Teresa makes a lot of money. The show's on hiatus. So since they paused the show from last time, they could have done 2 more seasons by now. And that probably would have been the equivalent of like another $3.5 million for her.
The last time we had Jersey was kind of Scandival time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's insane.
And we don't know exactly why this was dropped, but I mean, it was dropped. What I wanted to get into though, was this video that was sent to me, on Instagram. Trigger warning, guys. Like, I'm being super serious.
I do want. Can I say this before you play that too? A lot of people have sent this to us, so this is not like, you know, we didn't go out and find this. Yeah. No. So,
yeah, but here it is.
Lord.
They don't make a book for it. They don't write a book, but they don't have a woman out there that's gonna tell me what to do the way you tell me. You deliver things with an iron fist, bitch, and that's why you get it back verbally to you. I don't fucking care. I'm pissed. I'm fucking angry. Angry. I've watched my children bleed in anger and pain. I've watched them scream and cry. They go to school and I go to their bed and grab their pillow. As I sat here alone dealing with all that with my shit while you made yourself important about you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Swear to God, if it was legal, I swear to God, I'd go over there right now with my fucking 9-iron and I'd smack you right over the fucking head, you fucking cunt. You have no idea what the fuck you've done. You don't know every step you've made, that you've crossed my path, that you've insulted me, that you've degraded me. Degraded me. That's why I would call you a cunt. That's why I would tell you you're a dime a dozen. That's why it's easy to look away. That's why I ignored you. I didn't go out with other women. I stayed home with my fucking children every day. Every fucking day. And it was worth it. Better than being with you, you fucking cunt bitch.
Okay. Like, too much. Too much. This is a liability. This is exactly why, you know, when he was talking, it's scary. It's a liability.
Wondering, is that AI?
I was looking at his mouth and I was looking at the reflection of the glasses and stuff. I don't know.
I hope it is. I hope that's AI.
For his sake, if that is not AI, he should not be allowed anywhere near like anything filming, any BravoCon, any whatever.
I hope it's AI.
It's crazy. Is a lot of people who, you know, have a lot of housewives or friends that we have who have hung out with Teresa and Louis find him very charming, but that sometimes is like the dangerous people are charming. Sometimes,
they also said the same thing about Ted Bundy.
Yeah. Oh, he's a nice guy.
No, I mean, I honestly, I really do hope this is AI. When I, you know, like every time
it looks Teresa a little real. It looks too good to be AI. Where AI is not at the place yet.
We're totally
very good.
Though,
deep
guys.
fakes and stuff like that. I just, you know, I hope I would like to question that and just leave that open for Hopefully it is.
I hope, honestly, he just comes on and he addresses it. And if somebody went out there and made that video of him, they're going to get sued. Like, I mean, now it's circulating.
That's the other thing.
It's everywhere, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh God, that one was trouble. But let's take this to a positive, because
God, that just like ruined my day, Adam.
No, I told you trigger warning. I said trigger warning. Like I even asked Jason, I said, while he was making tea, little Brit over there, he was making his hot tea. And I said to him, I said, can I play this for you? And he's like, no, I want to have the organic reaction on Hot Messy Topics. And I was like, oh, you're gonna have fucking.
Well, I've been hearing about this clip for a second, you know, and I just yeah, I can't see that being AI. You know what I mean? And then you got to think about, okay, what has he shown us on the show? He's shown us he can get very angry. You know, he's shown us he can yell just like that. We've seen other videos of him surface or that have surfaced where he is very
upset.
Yeah.
I mean, but going back to a positive, by the way, Next Gen NYC, you guys, it's filming, and Gia Giudice, that 24 years old, finally moved out of the family home, which is congratulations to Gia. She makes her own money. What a first apartment. I don't know if you guys saw, but she posted a lot. She got an apartment in Jersey City, and it looks amazing. There were a lot of photos. You guys can go check them out. And I just want to, even that kitchen, like the fact that that's in your apartment, that's incredible. Like the closets, everything is amazing. I'm just trying to get away from like
she's a smart. What are you trying to do? Be nice now that we played the Louis thing?
No. I'm just trying to get away from the Louis thing, but I had to play the Louis thing.
God, it's like, it's still like on me, like it, like tree sap, like get off. It's gross. No, listen, like smart move on Gia, you know, like that's where the deal is at. Jersey City, it's right there. You can see it, you can reach it. It's just not Manhattan. You know what I mean? But it literally is 2 seconds away. It's closer than uptown. So that's great. That God, I'm still
okay.
icked out.
Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't have played that. You ruined this live stream.
Okay, guys, we're gonna move on to something. We're gonna move on to something like more happy. Here we go. Hey, we get the new Vanderpump rules. I don't know if you guys are excited about this, but this is going to be an interesting cast. You know, I have had a few people, which it's a little wild to me. Jason and I talk about this. Jason worked at Pump. I worked at Sir and Tom Tom. You guys all know this. It's funny when we go back to LA and we see some of the people who have been there for a long time. I mean, they were there for like 5 years before we got there. They're still there, and they just kind of switch between restaurants. And when you go, they'll look at us a lot of times and they'll say, oh my God, don't you miss this? Like, I feel so sorry for you. Like, you could be doing this. And we're like, we've done it, you know, and like you move on and you do things. And there's just like, when you're in that family, you want to, it's really hard to exit it. It's like what Kelly Dodd
I would
said.
agree with that.
It's like being a stripper. It's like, it's really easy money. It's hard to exit it. There's a lot of benefits that come with working for Lisa and Ken. And all of the people that I know who work there, who still work there, they're really pissed that they were not included in this cast. And they were like, Adam, I just want to let you know, and I'm leaking you information. So if you want to take it out there, I want you to like put out there the fact that they cast through Netflix and they cast through outside sources. These people didn't actually work at Sir.
But that's not necessarily true. We can get into that in a second, because I can tell you who has been working there for a very long time.
Well, some people did. I did see where they brought some people in from different like Netflix shows and stuff like that. But also, who cares?
Or who have appeared on those shows.
Yeah.
Not like they've like made a name. Let me tell you something too, because a lot of people are saying, oh, there's some people there are some people from OnlyFans or whatever who are on here. Working for Lisa is like OnlyFans. Okay, like you go in, you can make hundreds of dollars in like 4 hours. Like, it's such a great job to have, especially if you're an aspiring actor or model. So yes, I'm sure we need to bring in some other people as well. But like, go back to the cast photo really quick.
I think my best night serving at Tom Tom was like $3,000.
It's insane. So
It's insane.
right behind Lisa, right behind her head is Demiana. She's worked at SUR for a very long time. She actually dated Max. Yes, she dated Max.
Didn't she work at TomTom?
No, she didn't work at TomTom. She worked at
Oh.
SUR with, but yeah, she dated Max, Lisa's son. She's been at SUR for a very long time. I think they even, I don't know if that was in the trailer or Bravo announced it. She's the longest, server. We've seen these people multiple times. Most of them anyway. There's some like fresh faces, but I've seen most of these people bartend, serve when we had visited LA, post pandemic and post pump SUR times,
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, I liked the energy of the trailer. I thought it was brilliant. And, we have Alex Baskin is in on this, right? Still?
I believe so. But also, too, it was a great transition from like, like the, and showing like all of the, I know I can't sing in the house, you guys, but it was a great transition from what it was before going into what it is now. And that is one thing that Lisa Vanderpump has been able to really accomplish. That's how the show was so brilliant from the beginning, was the segue from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills into Vanderpump Rules. It was so seamless. You didn't even know that you were watching a new show when they did it. Everybody was like, wait, what's going on? And so implementing that into a trailer, Jason and I have done a lot of trailers, as you guys know, and there's like a little bit of an artistry that goes into it to capture people's attention. So
absolutely. Amazing. I think they did a really good job. It kind of like, great, they've had their time. Let's move on. Their stories have been told, i.e. Sheena, Tom Sandoval, everyone else, they've moved on with their lives. It's not interesting. We're not in the restaurants. We're not like in the mix of it. So I'm really excited to see this young, fresh cast. I think they're going to be great. I really like the trailer. Michael Beck was a producer. He did the 3rd season of Southern Hospitality. He's like a big producer. And Sky, also one of the producers, worked on this as well. The 3rd season, yeah, from Southern Hospitality. Blonde hair.
Girl?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so they came to Southern Hospitality season 3 and they really elevated the show. Like season 1 and 2 of Southern Hospitality could have just been a docu-series on YouTube. It was like boring. But season 3, like really like, okay, the show's here. Season 3 is like game changing. Then they went on to work on Vanderpump Rules. I really think they're very good at what they do. And if the cast is as good as I think they are, this could be a really, really good show. My only worry is if Southern Hospitality comes back around the same time as Vanderpump Rules, we might have too many like restaurant shows, and the Southern Hospitality cast, as much as I love them, aren't as like, it's not as LA or Vanderpump as, Vanderpump
to be
Rules.
honest with you, they always say that there's too many, like they can't do another show in Charleston for like Bravo because they already have 2 and there's too many shows. I don't even know if that's a real thing. I've just heard some of the cast members say that because I know that Craig Conover and Austin Kroll and Shep, they were really annoyed when Leva landed that show. They were not happy about it. However, I could see, and I don't wish this for anybody because I think that the Southern Hospitality cast, for the most part, actually, I think some of them, not all of them, are really, really cool. Some of them I just think are annoying as fuck, not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. But that's what kind of I think makes a good cast. You have some really great people. Like,
no, but I'm saying like annoying, but not even entertaining annoying.
100%.
But
okay,
so what?
Okay. So I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, like the prediction that I have here is eventually, and it's going to happen, guys. I really feel it. I think that what they're going to do would be to continue Southern Charm, as long as like Miss Patricia is around to be an executive producer and really run that show, because people love her. She's like kind of Captain Lee. But then again, look what happened to him.
Look what happened to Captain Lee. Sorry.
And then I think
that's not fair. We had this discussion last night. Captain Lee, when you're captain of Below Deck, your contract is like 5 seasons.
Right.
They need it to be that way because of like licenses and stuff like that. And Captain Lee was just not healthy. Like, it's okay to let him retire.
Right.
That's fine.
No, but I think that what they're going to do is eventually they're going to start a new Housewives inspired show, whether it's going to be Southern Bells or Real Housewives of Charleston or whatever. And they're going to head it with Madison. It's going to happen.
I said this last night too, they should do a Ladies of London-esque kind of thing, like Ladies of Charleston. I think that would really, really work. And you have Madison spearhead the show with some of her friends. I mean, we've met like Erica and a couple of her other friends who are just like, I would love to watch these ladies on TV. I'm like, why haven't we done this?
No,
why are they not on Southern Charm or, something else?
And they're mean, guys. Not Madison and her friends, but like, as somebody, like when we lived in Charleston, you go to the little country clubs, you go to these little spots. Everybody really truly is. It is like Stepford wives, housewives. They drive their kids to school, then they take them to tennis. They go sit by the pool while the kids are at school, and they have people who are cleaning their homes. And then they're like, oh my God, can you believe that Jackie just came here and she's wearing that bikini and she's walking past Monica's husband? She's so trying to get attention. Such a whore. She just moved from Pennsylvania. Apparently her husband was really rich, but he's really ugly. So obviously opportunistic. And then look at Maggie over there. And you're
have you seen Rachel wear that? She's been wearing that purse like 3 times this week, and I can't believe.
Oh my God, they're mean. I loved it.
It's so society, but like I think having like a younger version, like not housewives, let's say. And I kind of like the idea of like a ladies of Charleston. I think it kind of fits. It would be great. But then if I think there are too many shows. I think Southern Charm is good. I think Southern Hospitality. I don't know. That doesn't have a.
They better bring it.
They have to bring it. But then like. Where's that going to go? I would cut that for Ladies of Charleston, or a show spearheaded like Southern Bells or something like that by Madison with her friends. Charleston is one of the fastest growing cities in the country and in South Carolina. Mm-hmm. They have a lot going on. I was just there 2 days ago, and it's beautiful. I
bitch to live in.
Oh God, the traffic is like worse than LA. It's ridiculous.
And you know what's so funny about even saying that is we didn't even have to commute. You guys, we work from here. We work from home, and the traffic was still so annoying.
God, the traffic's a bitch. I can't get to Starbucks, in under 15 minutes.
I would go to the gym in the morning and then go to Starbucks and then go pick up breakfast for Jason and I every day, and I would be gone for almost 4 hours. And Jason would be like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm stuck on the bridge." Terrible.
There are so many bridges. You get 2 bridges to get downtown, 3 if you like go. It's
I blame Madison. She told us move to Daniel Island. We moved to Daniel Island. I feel like we should have went to downtown or Mount Pleasant.
Downtown is so college.
It's so
Mount Pleasant is just like. I liked Daniel Island, but it was very like
Mount Pleasant would have been more
prim, proper and perfect, and it's not. Yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Not for me.
Anyways. So Vanderpump Rules, guys, that's coming.
Vanderpump Rules will be great.
That's coming December 2nd. So you guys, if you are going to BravoCon, the first episode is going to premiere at BravoCon. Lisa Vanderpump's doing a panel. You're going to get to meet the new cast. I'm curious if she's going to add Sheena to that panel. I feel like probably not. But Sheena will be there as well. It's going to be
raw.
It will be interesting. I'm more interested, by the way, since we're gearing up for BravoCon, to see what announcements they have, because a lot of things that they announced this week, they could have been saved for BravoCon. We could have waited on.
They have a lot of announcements, guys. They have a lot of announcements.
I mean,
they have new shows.
What are they? Because Beverly Hills, that could have been that trailer. That could have easily been premiered at BravoCon, and it would have been.
I think they're gonna give a cast of Ladies of London.
Okay.
I think. I'm trying to think of what else. Well, I mean, sailing is done, I think. Below deck sailing. They're not doing another below deck. I know that. They were trying to consolidate. Sailing is done. I'm trying to think of like what else would. God, I wish they would bring Family Karma back.
I don't think that they're not going to bring that back.
I know. I'm trying to think if what announcements. I know that they're saving some. They have to be saving some for BravoCon. That's where the shit happens. I
don't think that we're going to get a New Jersey cast. I just want to say that too, by the way.
I think they wanted to. I think they wanted to have that in their pockets.
Yeah, but I don't think that they got there yet. And then unless we have like a new franchise that we don't know, and then I feel like maybe we'll most likely get the trailer for the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, and that will be
there you go.
Yeah, that's and then
absolutely what's going to happen. Yeah,
it's going to be like one of those panels, guys, like where Andy Cohen's hosting it, and then he's going to be like, by the way, are you guys ready for the big surprise? And he's going to be like, welcome, the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, like the beauty pageant things where they're like,
yeah,
Paraguay.
It's like what they did with the Real Housewives of New York when they brought them out on stage and stuff. I feel like we're going to get that kind of thing. If you guys are going to BravoCon either 1 day or 3 days, I did an article on upandadamlive.com. I gave you kind of the panels I would go see because, you know, we've been going to BravoCon for years, and I just go like the ones I would go to and the ones that I would skip. And definitely anything Andy is at, you want to be there because there will be some kind of announcement for sure.
It's always when he goes, it's always definitely it's always big announcements. And you know, like as far as like what Jason was just saying a second ago, if you guys go, like he said, to upandadamlive.com, you can see Jason has this great article where it's just his itinerary and what he would do if he was you.
And I had a fangirl, you know, with Captain Sandy and
of course you did.
Talene and I went to the same high school, so.
But getting back to it, so there you guys go for Vanderpump Rules. Speaking of which, we also, since we're on the West Coast, we have the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I put that cast photo in here. This one looks really good. I don't know. I'm just going to give you guys my little tidbits on this. I don't know how excited I am for the newbies, Rachel Zoe and Amanda Francis, because Rachel Zoe was not my time, but Jason seems pretty confident.
What?
I know, but here's the thing. People were excited about Denise Richards because of her background. People were excited about Eileen Davidson because of her background. You know, like
I was not.
Joanna Krupp. Actually, Joanna was really fucking good.
I was shocked with Denise because she had a very successful reality show, and I thought that would carry over into Beverly Hills. It obviously didn't. She was very, you know, bland.
Yeah.
Rachel Zoe is like, this is OG Bravo. This is like Workout with Jackie Warner. This is Flipping Out at the beginning. This is like the Rachel Zoe project. That was amazing. I mean, look who came from there. Nate Berkus and Jeremiah Brent. You know, Jeremiah was her assistant and replaced Brad. Brad moved on and did things too. Like, you got to think it's so she's so relevant to Bravo right now. And
fantastic. They all have accolades that we can give and like snaps, right? We can do that for all of them. They all do amazing things. I'm just wondering, am I going to want to watch them?
Yeah, but she was okay. So, you know, Denise's show was on E. Eileen Davidson, I don't even know who the hell that was before she was on the show. I'm not being an ass. I just really don't. Okay. If you are an OG Bravo watcher, Rachel Zoe coming back, she had her own show. She held her show. She was interesting. She was very relevant in her time. I really think she is going to be such a great addition to the show. I really do.
No, I love that.
I really do. I know you're very skeptical.
No, I know I am skeptical.
I need you to not be so skeptical on the OG Bravo people.
No, because the reason I'm going to say I'm skeptical is because there's a lot of times where we get over-promised and under-delivered on a lot of these shows. And yeah, it's kind of annoying. So I go into it like the season before last of Beverly Hills, I was kind of convinced, like, I'm like, you guys are going to get paused. Like, this show sucked. But then last season we had, you know, Dorit and being very activated, stuff with PK. Like, it kind of stepped into adding bows. It was a little bit more
last
night,
Adam and I went out. We had to get out of the house. We've been in the house. We've been tired. We went out. We had a glass of champagne and some dinner. And we sat next to somebody and we started talking Bravo, and it just went Bravo, Bravo, Bravo. And, you know, you were saying how, you know, the last season was so good. Dorit was activated, blah, blah, blah. I hated last season of Beverly Hills. I couldn't stand it. I didn't even want to watch it. I'm actually excited.
That was my own private conversation.
With what? With 3 other people. No, I'm excited. I really think it's going to be.
I'm excited.
I think it's going to be good, you know, and I like to, Sutton is kind of boring to me. So I like the fact that Jennifer Tilly is kind of calling her out. I'm excited to see Bo's back. Rachel Zoe, even Kyle. I know everyone like dumps on her. But she's like Beverly Hills to me, you know, she's like, as an OG Bravo watcher with like the OGs, Kyle is an OG. So, you know, yeah.
Okay, so Brendan Carroll, thank you so much for the
thank you, Brendan.
Sticker. Yeah, thank you. That's amazing. We appreciate you. And let me just say really quick, watching the trailer, you guys, going back to it, we're gonna see Erica's new man. I'll be quick about this for you guys. We have a newbie, Amanda Francis, who has apparently built her empire on giving financial advice, and she's currently living in Kyle Richards' old home in Bel Air that she bought, her and her husband. Obviously, Jason has boasted enough about Rachel Zoe, so get ready for her. Tariq Kinsley is still going to be activated, and she's getting called out by Mauricio Umansky because her and PK have two totally different renditions of what their custody situation looks like. I believe I said Erica Jane has her new man who used to be the bodyguard.
I'm excited for Amanda.
I think the new man used to be the bodyguard for Justin Bieber. And then I was not expecting Sutton and Jennifer Tilly to be fighting in this trailer. And
thank God.
I did not
expect Sutton a storyline.
Well, I also didn't expect Jennifer Tilly to be like, Garcelle left because of you. She was like, be quiet, like stop, be quiet. And she's like, you stop.
Love it.
And I was like,
I love it.
Jennifer Tilly.
No, that was good. This Amanda girl, I think she's gonna be fire. Like, you know, I think she's gonna be very
good. Yeah. All right. Let me take some questions, and then I'm gonna cover this last little bit on Salt Lake City, you guys, and then we're gonna go get that members only video going for you guys. That way we have it up for tomorrow, especially since we're talking about that. Let me just say, Sergio, thank you so much for gifting 5 up and out of memberships. That is amazing.
Thank you.
We have new member. Sergio, thank you. Regina as a new member. Brendan, you're the best. Thank you so much. Also, Math gifted 5 up and out of membership. So
thanks, guys. It was such a great community. It's so fun. And I promise, you know, with memberships that we, you know, with New York, we'll explain in the members only video. We wanted to do like vlog style going and like vlogging every single day, but actually we were going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. So we're going to kind of like play it out and then add our content in there. But at BravoCon, we will be on camera all the time. Like it's just going to be overload. It's going to be overload.
Annika said, Adam, are you nervous to see Sheena Shea at BravoCon? No, we've had these little tips before. Guys, remember, we worked at SIR together. We've dealt with each other in other situations. It's not a big deal. I don't care. I don't have anything negative to say to Sheena, whatever. I wish her and her family the best. Honestly, nothing bad. Math, Adam, will you be happy to see Teddy at BravoCon with the laughing emoji? You know, here's the thing, you guys. I think it puts things into perspective, if I'm just being honest. You know, like we're dealing with certain family members who are also dealing with health issues, and it really takes you back, and it makes you kind of just understand that a lot of this stuff is just cotton candy, like bullshit drama. It's not that big of a deal, and really, like, it doesn't deserve that much attention. And also, it doesn't need to be drawn out. You know, you exchange words, you move on. The whole premise of the shows that we love talking about are conflict resolution. So I feel like since everybody and every content creator, blogger, podcaster, whatever, they want to be so a part of the shows, then I think that we should be practicing the resolution part of that as well, and not just conflict. That was a good answer, though, by the way. Right?
Yeah, if you don't say so yourself.
Yeah, if I don't say so myself. Tara Leitner said, what episode of Salt Lake City is your voice heard, Adam? I've been trying to find it. I know you've messaged me
last season
before. I'll find it and just DM me on Instagram and I'll send it to you. Adam, are you the mystery voice on OC? No, I learned my lesson from Salt Lake City. And then Patty McCall asked, should some OG Beverly Hills housewives be replaced? If so, who? And who would you replace them with? Guys, the only OG person left is Kyle Richards, and she's kind of the anchor for the show. And she just finally admitted that she's bisexual. So let her just have her moment. I think I'm hopeful for the show. There's nobody in Beverly Hills aside from Chrissy Teigen that I would want to be on the show, and she's never going to do that. She's way past that. So
well, also Chrissy Teigen, no.
Yeah, I mean, but she's hilarious. She's crazy.
Is she though?
She really is. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to. I don't know if she would make a good housewife.
I mean,
but then again, like, look at, you know, half the cast of OC. So who knows?
3 times. The only time that we didn't go, by the way, Miso, is as far as like how many times we've attended BravoCon. We just didn't go to the first one. To be honest, we didn't even know what it really was at that time. And then, you know, here came the second round and we were like, yeah, we'll go. That'll be fun. But we were also moving at that time. Things were happening. But yeah, I wanted to get into the Salt Lake City stuff, and I'm going to keep it short because I know that I've done some videos for you guys. And Jason made a good point. You know, I've been putting out these videos covering the fact that there are leaks and people who are sharing information behind the scenes, off camera, on the Salt Lake City cast. And the response and the view rate on those videos, like, you guys do not care about Salt Lake City right now. It's interesting to me. I mean, I think that I feel like they're having a pretty solid season. I'm watching you guys sit there and react in the comment section, and I'm seeing what you guys are liking and what you don't. Like, you guys are loving Next Gen and OC and, you know, New Jersey. And then talking about Salt Lake City, everybody's like, who gives a shit? And I'm like, I was not expecting that, because I got excited after this came out, and it was the fact that Lisa Barlow was sharing the whole rumor that she apparently heard from a friend of a friend whose cousin had a friend that made out with Bronwyn's husband allegedly while he was shitting himself.
Farting,
I was like, I don't know
Adam, farting,
about.
not shitting himself.
I don't know what I don't like the F word. I don't like the F word. And
so you want to say shitting yourself is better than farting?
I feel like it rolls off the
All right,
tongue.
Mary.
But like, you know, the cast still seems dynamic. There are a few things that I don't like. I don't like a lot of the hypocrisy, and you're seeing it. Like, for example, why are we blaming Lisa Barlow for all of this drama when nobody can provide receipts that Lisa Barlow is the creator of this drama? I don't agree with that.
Well, I mean, then that's hypocrisy, right? Because she is spreading things that she doesn't know to be true. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, here's the thing about Salt Lake City. I'm telling you why, and this came up in our conversation last night. Okay, just really quick before you play that.
Yeah.
Like, it came up in our conversation last night. People feel that these are random people we were talking to, by the way, that they're just overly produced. They have no interest. And it's like I said earlier, when it's all about the leaks and all about the things and all about the, you know, it just...
The pasta.
You're not Jennifer Aniston. Just have a good show, you know? Just have a good show.
I agree. And I actually didn't watch this clip before I found it, you guys. So we're going to be watching this for the first time together. But you guys know that I love me some Monica Garcia. So let's see what she had to say. I mean, it really got me when it said why Monica was impressed with Lisa. That...
I mean, it gets me that, did Monica have some come to Jesus moment where she now wants to talk about the show?
You know,
because she did it on your podcast.
I didn't tell you this. I actually reached out to her and I was like, what the fuck? Like, why didn't we just do this the way that we wanted to on the podcast?
That's what it was supposed to be.
And she said to me at that time she wasn't ready. Like, it was still fresh, like her, you know, getting kicked off the show. And she had I think she had a lot of like emotions, like seeing when the show came back on, knowing that these women really were like the catalyst of taking money out of her pocket, you know, and getting her fired and taking opportunities away from her. And I get it. But since Harlow's digging into the water bowl, let's play the clip.
Really impressed with Lisa, I will be honest, and how she handled herself. For Lisa Barlow, okay, she was very calm. Bronwyn was the one standing up, storming off, coming back, yelling, screaming, whatever. And Lisa was like, no, sit down. Let's have a conversation. I'm sorry that I said this and this and this. I did say that. I didn't say he was my friend. I know a lot of people. You know, she was owning it, which we love because it's true. It is true. People slide in your DMs with all kinds of ludicrousy, right? Everybody's trying to tell you, I saw this, I heard that. You know, I'm sure Lisa gets told a lot of shit. I also do believe Lisa has people specifically to give her the shit. It's like exactly what Heather said, where Lisa keeps her hands clean. She's very good at getting the agenda pushed forward while being able to do this. She's got people doing it for her. And, you know, that was my biggest mistake with Reality Von Teese, was I did it my damn self. But
you should have had an intern.
I thought I did, bitch. There were 5 of us. but I mean, it's very true.
Reality.
You know, it's what was the other girl who was involved? Tanisha, and then like Heather like used her for a minute. Now you don't see Tanisha at all, right? Wasn't she part of Reality of On Tease? You know, what do you think of Monica? Because going on Carlos King, talking about the show and stuff now, because if she's never going to come back to the show, does this hinder or hurt her? Because I've heard this like a couple of times, and I really think that seeing this side of Monica, like I kind of appreciate it and like it.
I like it because I think that she's giving more positive to some of these cast members, and I think that shows room for potential reconciliation. You know, they always say time heals all wounds. Like since this all happened, since she got fired from the show, she has a whole brand new baby. She was not pregnant when she was on the show. She wasn't pregnant when she got fired. She has a brand new baby. Things have moved on. You know, we have DJ Meredith Marks now with $3 million in-house deals. Like things have happened. Jen Shah's almost out of prison, you know? So it's like time has moved on. I feel like you should have the ability to move past these things. And I think that her giving her commentary doesn't hinder her, only because
I mean like they do it on two T's in a pod. Like, yeah, Tamara did it. But what I'm saying is like some people are like, well, now that she's talking about the show, she's not coming on the show. So many people have done it. So many people continue to do that. I mean, look at Erica is about to be on Beverly Hills and she is on two T's in a pod talking about the show. I just think right now it shows Monica in a different light. And I like that. We already liked Monica on the show for show purposes. I like her in person, you know, but I do like seeing the side of her where she's a little more like, I don't know, the guard is down a little bit. It's more fun, you know, it's more sassy.
I think that she's also, you know, she's not like still on that first season of being a part of this world. I think that she's been, you know, pushed into it a little bit more at this point. People really value her opinion when it comes to Salt Lake City because she was, you know, a main snowflake holder. And I really do feel like she's just in a different place. You guys, like I talk to Monica all the time. I have a great relationship with Monica. Every time I talk to her, she's always like, in the what do they call it, like carpool for her kids or out with her kids or at home with her kids, and she's always just like with her family, and she's always in good spirits. Like when I talk to her, she's never upset about things. She's just happy. Even with her baby, like when her baby's crying, I'm like, my God, I feel like that would just give me like a headache. And she's like, oh my God, Adam, don't ever be a dad. And she's like, no, it's a cute little baby, she's just crying. I'm like, oh, okay. But so no, I'm hopeful. I think that they should bring her back eventually. Look, think about it like this too, you guys. Gretchen Rossi had a lot of issues with Tamara. They brought her back 12 years later. Now, will Monica or the show be around 12 years from now? I don't know.
I mean, not at the rate. To be honest, Salt Lake City, I'm telling you, you know, when you put content out, or I see content from other creators come out, there are such low numbers on those videos. There's such low numbers on those articles, low response rates, low comments. I feel like they are so produced, and the self-importance of the cast is nothing like I've ever seen before. You know, so it's
that's not good.
It's wild. It's wild. And I think adding Below Deck. Yeah, sorry, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but adding Below Deck into the mix, I love a good crossover. They need to do more of these. I think that like cast trips, like go on Below Deck. That's such a great, it's amazing. And I cannot wait to watch Below Deck's rendition of this charter with the Housewives. Yeah. Christina Applegate just called them out on Twitter saying like, you know, how these women were treating like, you know, the chef and Daisy and Captain Jason. And I agree with it. But I love those crossover moments. But I think that kind of helped the show a little bit. Also last night when we were having a conversation, as you guys know, Bravo is the highest rated, or Below Deck is the highest rated show on Bravo, right? And the husband of the woman we were talking to last night, he didn't give two shits about Housewives. But the moment you said Below Deck, his ears lit up. He's like, my God, I love Below Deck. And he was watching the crossover of Below Deck with the Housewives. And I think that it's just a really good, it's a good mix.
It's funny because the husbands are always like, are these women really that fucking crazy? Like I could never be married to one of these women. And so it's always, and I'm not saying that specifically about Salt Lake City. I'm just saying in general.
I mean, really, I would be.
we're of course and Jason just spoke to this at Chicago Cat 8. Yeah, we're definitely excited for the other part of the perspective. I think
very excited that I love the different filming perspective of it too, you know, like the way they are showcasing The yacht from the Housewives cameras are very different than how it's been showcased on Below Deck Down Under. So I really like those different angles, those different things you get to see. And I'm here for more crossover things.
Maybe scratch the Ultimate Girls Trip content creator pitch that I gave earlier.
Send them on a charter.
Yeah, send them on a charter. Tara Leitner, Adam and Jason should go on Below Deck. You guys know, it's interesting. You probably don't remember him. He got a lot of shit. He's a gay man named Charlie. I believe, I forgot what his last name was. Was it Walters, or is that the one that worked at Pump?
No, I don't know.
Oh,
you're the one who interviewed him.
But it's been like 4 moves ago, literally. So
I don't know. He was on Below Deck anyway.
He was on Below Deck. It was a big group of gay men, and they were very over the top and very demanding and very like wild with how they treated the crew. And Bravo offered them to come back a second time to have a redemption. And they did. They went back the second time to have the redemption. Then they offered him to come back a third time. The third time, he actually reached out and said, hey, I'm putting together a group of people who are going on this charter. Would you and Jason want to go? And I'm like, being stuck on a boat with a bunch of people that I don't know, and especially like these very like over the top personalities. No. I hate Disney World. I'd rather go to Disney World.
You know what, guys? Adam and I have been very lucky with our great relationships with captains from Below Deck and cast members, but especially from Captain Sean. We've been on some huge yachts. Like we went on one of the biggest yachts in the world.
Yeah,
Motor Yacht Bold, which we have. I think we have like a video, a vlog of it somewhere on the second channel. We have. It's just. They're amazing. They're amazing. I would really want to go on a charter with a group of family or friends. I don't know if I would want to go with a whole bunch of randoms. I definitely don't want to go on a charter with any housewives.
No,
for sure. Especially Salt Lake City housewives.
No, I mean I could go with Dorinda. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I said Salt Lake. Yeah, we could. Yeah, Dorinda would be fun.
I mean, Meredith. I could be on Meredith. You know, like Dorinda.
We'll have her DJ.
The New Jersey girls, like I love. Like no, I could. Maybe. Caroline Stanbury would be great because like even the guests would be working for her. So she would just be like something to watch, and I would just sit back and enjoy. She'd be like, darling, go get me a champagne. What are you doing? They'd be like, I'm the primary. And she'd be like, what? Shut up. Go get me a champagne. And I'd be like, what she said. And can you do that? Can 2?
Yeah. Can you get 2?
Please?
3? 3? To double up.
But guys, we've been on here for about an hour and 25 minutes almost. This has been a fantastic live. I feel like we've had so much fun. Except for triggering Jason.
That Louis video was insane. I forgot about it. Now you re-triggered me.
It was definitely insane. But also, if you guys just want to speak to that specifically, I have more videos coming out later that kind of emphasizes more about that specific video. I did want to take it down after, but it's going to say trigger warning on the title. And we also have other videos coming out. Don't forget that if you are a member, which we got like 15 or 20 new members on this live alone. So thanks, guys. We have a members only video coming out tomorrow, and it's going to show you behind the scenes, not just our take on the behind the scenes, but actual behind the scenes footage. And then, hot messy topics on Monday. Then we leave out Wednesday, and it's going to be a lot of members only. We're probably not, just to be honest with you, going to be doing a live next Friday during BravoCon. There's no way that's going to happen. So no hot messy topics next Friday. However, before I get ready in the morning, after I get ready in the morning before I go to BravoCon, I will do the same thing with like all of the pre-records and the same content that we put up, like TikToks, pre-records, podcasts. You'll have all of that. So Jason, any last words?
No, just to have, wait, is today Friday?
Today's
Friday. Have a great week. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Have a great weekend, guys. And also, don't forget, you still have time. Go check out our new baby, our SEAGRASSCO.com. You can go check it out. You can sign up if it's your first time ordering for 15% off, or you can go and check out and use code UPAndAdam for 20% off. And yeah, you can get the best sleep of your life, or just have like a really fun, anxiety-free day. It's up to you. And we'll be expanding on that as well. And don't forget to keep looking for articles on upandadamlive.com. We have some really talented writers there's just a lot happening. So we'll keep you posted and go vote in the community tabs in the polls. I think we're done. Love you guys. See you later.
Bye, guys.